What it is, it's your boy Dutch the Damon, and you now watching Damon Time with Dutch. On today's episode of Prison Stories Uncut, I ain't telling no story, but we gonna touch on the topic. Now, today's subject matter, counterproductive rehabilitation. Now, for whatever reason it is that you find yourself in captivity, trapped inside these prisons, right? Let me make one thing clear to you. They do offer rehabilitation programs in there. And for certain age groups, it's mandatory. You got the drug treatment program. You got all kind of working shops, metal shops, woodworking shops, computer classes. Shit, they even had a roofing class that I took. They ain't let us get on the roof though. But anyway, shit, you can get a psychology degree in there, all kind of degrees. You know what I mean? They got parenting classes in there. A lot of programs in there. Not to mention schooling and all of that. I mean, for a while, they was giving out college degrees in there, man. But if you look at these programs through clear, unindoctrinated eyes, then you can see clear as day. If you giving me books to read about fixing a roof, right? But the trust level between me and the institution is not there for enough for you to allow me to go up on the roof and work on the roof. So me thinking I know something, then when I actually get out there in the real world and find out I don't know how to address problems or repair things because I've never really been out on the real world and actually touched this stuff. That would make any employer think I was lying. There ain't no way in the world you took a roofing class, you ain't never been on no roof. That's just one example. I literally got a whole roofing certification from Roxbury Correctional Institution. Never been on the roof. But anyway, and then there's the degree thing. Any degree that you obtain while you in prison, when you go to get employment, they don't really take it seriously because for one, look where you got it at, and two, you have no real world experience in the field. But you got a whole degree. And you taking these ex-convicts and stuff like that, convicts, dude's been down 25 years. Ain't been on a job interview in 25 years. You give him a book, tell him read that, ask him a couple questions, now he ready to go on an interview. No, see what they supposed to be doing like back in the day. The trust level just gone. But you cannot take a man, incarcerate him for 25, 30 years, man, then just inject him back into society and call him rehabilitated simply because he done got a degree in there. Or he done took up a trade in there that he really ain't even took up, because they won't even let you start up a car or nothing like that. So how you going to learn how to diagnose? If you went for the automotive program, you can't even drive the car to test drive it, but you got a whole certification. No, that ain't how you do it, man. They supposed to be letting the dudes that have the correct behavioral patterns, right? Let them dudes go out once or twice out the week and work, so that they can get some experience being around normal people. Because when you serve that much time, I don't care what nobody say, you're not normal no more, man. They ain't seen what you seen. They ain't done what you done. They ain't been what you've been through. You done unnormalized yourself being in there, man. If that's a word. But your ass ain't normal no more. Let him be around females so he can know how to behave and act, you know what I'm saying, in the work environment. And when he get off, he return to the institution. I know it might sound crazy, but believe it or not, they used to do this in the 60s and 70s, man. Facts. They stopped doing it because a handful of dudes ran off. But a few dudes shouldn't have had to ruin it for thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people. The program should have still been going on. They just should have heightened the security and the program, but they shouldn't have shut it down, period. And plus, if a man is coming onto the street once or twice out the week to go to work and then go back in, he can support his family that way. How man, you lock him up in the cage for 30 years, how you gonna support his family in there for 30 years? The object is for him to not support his family, right? It might sound crazy, but they used to do this back in the day. All I'm saying is, man, they need to bring that back. Let them dudes go ahead and work part-time on the weekends and stuff like that. 2 days out the week. And it'll take a lot of stress off their families having to send them guys money, man. You'd be surprised, a little money go a long way in the state prison. Everybody not gonna run off. Some dudes really know how to bit. But I mean, think about it. Look at the two differences in the individuals. You take one guy, lock him away for 30 years, give him some books to read, stuff out, then let him out, and he's supposed to be productive in society? Or, on the other hand, you got a guy who, he been locked up 30 years, but that whole 30 years, 2 days out the week, he been working part-time, contributing to what the family need at home and paying for his own commissary the whole time. Come on, man. It just make more sense. And this way he will be able to maintain relationships with his family better, cause now he ain't no burden. He contributing, he putting food on the table. And you might can stop by the job, lunch break or something and see dad. You know what I mean? Instead of having to go all the way to the facility to go get a visit. I'm telling you, man, this stuff that they got going on right now is counterproductive. That's why the recidivism rate is so high. It's counterproductive.